Good morning. Welcome to Sunday's Early Morning Intuitive Guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom to start your day off well. And I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth today, so we'll see what I do with this card. It was kind of an interesting card because I initially felt some resistance to it, and I've been trained that whenever I feel resistance to something, to lean into it and see what's there for me. Good morning, Nancy. Welcome. You're the first one popping on today. Glad to have you here. When we notice resistance to something, be curious. Lean into it. Check it out. Okay, what am I resisting here? I got a nice little... The curl that's doing whatever the heck it wants again. Yeah. The notorious curl. So, had a wonderful day yesterday in a lot of ways. Got to run to Green Bay to take 3 Mary Kay orders up to people, and so got to spend some time with people I don't often get time with, so that was fun. Yesterday was a beautiful day. It was lovely, and we're in the middle of cleaning out my dad's bedroom so that we can do some plaster repairs and repaint and put in new carpet. Good morning, Jo Neal. Welcome. The carpet that's in there is 50-plus-year-old carpet. Good morning, Abigail. And is very threadbare. So if he can indeed come home at some point, we want to have the room spiffed up so it's more pleasant to be in. So we shall see. And I went to visit him yesterday on my way back from Green Bay, and I got him at the pretty pooped out stage because my sister had taken him out. They went to lunch, and then they went to see some relatives, and by the time she got him back there, he was pretty tired. So, but it was good, I think, that he had the opportunity to get out of there and see that he is indeed able to leave. He's not stuck there. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you're here. Thanks for all the fun little emoticons that I'm seeing on everybody's stuff. Hello, Gwen. So, yeah, I'm going to move my tea here because I almost knocked it over with my elbow shortly ago. Good morning, Barb. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So everybody's starting to roll in. This is good. So prior to me sharing this card, and I want to see if anybody else has resistance to it. Because again, to me, there's important information when we feel resistance to something, rather than just allowing the resistance to steer us away from whatever it is. It's useful to explore that thing. Why am I resistant to this? What am I bumping up against? What belief? What whatever. What am I bumping up against? So we will do that today. So a little bit of tapping and some breath. In through the nose, out through the mouth. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, a little deeper. Hold at the top. And out. Awesome, 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 awesome. And again, at any point during your day, feel free to do a few deep breaths. One of the things that I found last week, there was a bunch of boxes that I was looking in trying to find something of my mother's, and instead I found a bunch of my stuff, including my CD player. So I have 3 CDs sitting here that I want to listen to again. They're all breathwork CDs, and I think that'll be awesome. I'm really excited about that. So our card deck for today, Native Spirit Deck by Denise Lynn. I really wish I could figure out the flip screen thing again. I just, again, noticed that and thought, darn, I wish I could figure that out. I hate when they change stuff like that. Our card for today is Tribal Spirit Dancer, and I love that picture with the birds flying. I've been watching birds flying. The other day when we went, my sister Carrie and I went to drop off paperwork at one of the community-based residential facilities where we wanted to get Dad on the list, there were 2 cranes standing in the parking lot, right on the edge of the parking lot. We pulled up very close to them, and they stayed right there. Let us take pictures of them. I got a little picture. I don't remember what it's called on the phone when it shows you the little video part first, the movement, and then it gives you your still shot. So of them taking off. Majestic, absolutely majestic. And the way I was trained with the animal stuff is if an animal is doing something unusual, pay attention. So the fact that they stood there and didn't move. Good morning, Janine. Welcome. Glad you're here. Caught my attention. And so, yeah, I was kind of paying attention to that recently. So, Tribal Spirit Dancer. That's our card for today. Another nice deep breath. Let it go. Yes, it is a beautiful card. And good morning, Beth. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. So here is our card for the day. Tribal Spirit Dancer, card meaning. Let go. Say yes to life. Be daring. Dance to your heart's desire. Unfurl your wings and fly. Cast aside conventions and restrictions. Tune in to the rhythm of life. I believe we do a good job of tuning into the rhythm of life when we get quiet and still for a moment and just kind of lean into it. You can feel the energy. Then begin to move with that energy. How does this energy call for you to move? Some of us get very hunkered down, very the fight, flight, freeze thing. We do the freeze piece of things. So getting ourselves to move can be real important. Laugh, explore, go beyond your predictable behavior. Sometimes life is messy and chaotic, and that's okay. Leave the dishes, run outside in the sprinklers. And today actually might be warm enough to do that. Your native spirit wants you to know you are on the planet to be free. I just want to leave that sit for a minute to sink in. You are on the planet to be free. Not to be bound up by all of the to-dos, the have-tos, the obligations. You don't always need to meet the expectations of others. That was the line for me that jumped out of this thing. You don't always need to meet the expectations of others. You're here to explore, expand, and step into your extraordinary self. Of course there are times to live an ordinary life, but there are also times to joyously fling your arms to the heavens and dance, and to not worry about who in their ordinary life looks askance at you like, oh my goodness, look what she's doing. Yeah. One of the activities people at the facility where my dad is right at the moment is one of these people. She comes marching down the hall, singing out loud, swirling into people's rooms, just trying to fire everybody up. It's an interesting energy to watch, and it's an interesting energy to see how people react to it, especially the button-down Germans. They're kind of like, what is she doing? It's kind of fun to watch. Yeah. Choose life on your terms. Clear out mental and emotional clutter. Move beyond those situations that you have outgrown. Don't accept the rules that you have placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. This is your time. Don't delay listening to the rhythm of your heart and following your dreams. And I just started reading this interesting book. Thank you for that, Abigail. I appreciate it. And thank you for that, Gwen. I appreciate it. Those are 2 fabulous lines out of here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you, ladies. I appreciate it. Started reading this book called, it's something along the lines of In Another's Shoes or something like that. The gist of it is these women get their gym bags mixed up, and the one woman is on her way to a meeting, and she's a salesperson, and things haven't been going well recently. She's demoralized. Self-confidence has been harmed, etc., etc. She opens this bag and it's not her gym bag. It's a pair of Louboutin heels that are like way heels, red crocodile. And so she has no choice. She has to wear them because she's got to go to this sales meeting. The whole day, out of 4 sales meetings, 3 of them she closes the deal. And how that plays out in her life beyond that. Plus the other woman who ends up with this woman's gym bag with the flat, sensible shoes, blah, blah. I can't wait to see how this all turns out, but it's interesting so far reading the unfolding. Imagine that. So try someone else on. Try something else on. See how it fits. If I were so-and-so, how would I conduct my life today? What would be different about my life if I chose to behave as they behave? Fun to mess around with, right? Fun to mess around with. Let's see. Don't accept the rules you have placed on yourself or that others have placed on you. This is your time. Don't delay listening to the rhythm of your heart and following your dreams. The journey. Turn on music and move. Tribal dance isn't about looking good. It's about feeling the beat inside your heart and expressing this with your body and your emotions. I remember when the last trip I did with my friend Kayleen, and she hosted a women's retreat, and we did ecstatic dance. You could see the women beginning to loosen up as they went. It was like, why don't we fling our arms to the universe and call in that energy that expands us? Why don't we do that? Let's do that, right? If you want to break free, then start first by expressing yourself, wild and free, and the circumstances of your life will transform. Because when we keep ourselves in a button-down box, there's no room to move. There's no room to explore. Who am I really? Before I put on all of this conventional thought, who am I really? Right? So taking the time to do some of these things, little things. It might even be you're walking along and you just throw your arms in the air. See how it feels. Notice how it feels. Pay attention to how it feels. And then do more of it. And then do more of it. A little skip. How often do we skip? When we were little kids, we skipped a lot. And I bet some of you are thinking, man, I wonder if I can even skip anymore. Try it. Try it. I was saying to someone the other day, I remembered in a dance class I took as an adult, one of the things that she had us do was jump with 2 feet up onto a platform, and how many of us were hesitant to have both feet leave the earth at the same time. A lot of our skills in movement atrophy over time, right? School is set up. I mean, beyond kindergarten, what do they want us doing? Sitting there paying attention. Some of us were designed to move. Some of us were hyperkinetic. Bonnie, come away from the window. Bonnie, sit down. Bonnie, quit talking. Bleh. So, bring that back on board. That part of you that loves to move, bring her back to life. Let her flow. Let her move. You are on the planet to be free. So, let's practice some of that today. It's a Sunday. Let's do some things. Let's do some movement. Have an awesome day. We'll see you again tomorrow. And remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.